It's like waking up in a room where the chill never leaves, no matter how many blankets you pile on. You shift in bed, trying to find warmth in a place that feels perpetually cold, a room where the walls whisper secrets you can't quite hear. The alarm rings, but you've already been awake, staring into the ceiling's abyss, the weight of yesterday pressing into your chest. You rise, moving through the motions of another day. In the mirror, a face looks back, a familiar stranger with eyes that scream stories untold. You muster a smile, a practiced gesture that aches more than it comforts. It's the kind of smile that feels like holding a heavy book on a threadbare shelf, always on the brink of collapse. You wonder if anyone sees past it, if they notice the cracks that run deep beneath the surface. The world outside is loud, bustling with life and chatter, but you float through it as if encased in glass. Voices reach you, distorted echoes that bounce off the barriers you've built. You nod, you laugh at the right moments, but inside, a tiredness gnaws at you, a weariness that words can't capture. It's the exhaustion of always being okay, of never letting the dam break. Birthdays come and go, dates on a calendar that pass like shadows. Sometimes they're forgotten, not by others, but by you, as if time itself has blurred into a continuous stream where moments are indistinguishable. The cake, the candles, they're there. But the warmth they should bring is absent, replaced by a hollow that swallows joy whole. You've become an expert at people-pleasing, at bending and twisting to fit the molds others cast for you. Each time you say yes, a small part of you sighs, a silent protest drowned in the sea of expectations. It's a dance you've perfected, moving to the rhythm of others' desires, while your own fade into the background noise. And then there's the shame, a silent companion that clings to you like a second skin. It whispers in moments of stillness, reminding you of every flaw, every failure. It's the voice that tells you to keep quiet, to hold it in, for fear of being too much, too needy, too exposed. So you tuck it all away, hidden beneath layers of composure. In the quiet moments, when night wraps itself around you like a shroud, you feel the weight of it all. The silence is deafening, and in it, your mind drifts to the what-ifs and the could-have-beens. But the answers never come, just the lingering question, when did you start feeling so alone, even in a room full of people? In the midst of life's bewildering dance, there are moments when clarity whispers through the chaos. It's a quiet awareness that seeps in, not with fanfare, but like the gentle unfolding of a long-forgotten memory. Here we find ourselves confronting suffering not as mere pain, but as a vessel carrying meaning. It's in these tender spaces that despair sometimes transforms not into solutions, but into pivotal shifts of understanding. Consider a heart once wrapped tightly in the throes of a toxic relationship. It beats with the rhythm of dependency, confusion a constant companion. Then, one day, amidst the mundane silence of an ordinary morning, something shifts. Perhaps it's the way the light filters through the curtains, or the way the coffee tastes different, less bitter somehow. In that silence, a realization dawns, a glimmer of truth buried beneath layers of heartache. This story, simple yet profound, belongs to everyone who has ever felt trapped in a cycle of despair. Imagine a person sitting alone at a kitchen table, staring at the steam rising from their cup. The world blurs around them, and in that solitude, they touch a deeper truth. It's not the absence of pain that they feel, but a recognition that they are more than the sum of their suffering. In this moment of surrender, they see themselves not as a victim, but as a survivor, a seeker of something beyond the immediate anguish. This is where the teachings of Viktor Frankl, Irvin Yalom, and Carl Jung resonate deeply. They remind us that even in our darkest hours, there exists a potential for transformation, not through avoidance, but through embracing the depth of our experiences. It is in acknowledging our pain that we begin to see it not as a void, but as a turning point. a moment where we can choose to forge meaning out of the chaos, to redefine the narrative that has held us captive. The journey is not easy, nor is it linear. It is a path fraught with echoes of past hurts and the shadows of fears yet to be faced. But within us lies an undeniable strength, a capacity for resilience that defies the very foundations of despair. We realize that our suffering, while profound, does not define us. Instead, it becomes a part of a larger story, one of growth, of becoming, of reclaiming our sense of self. If these words resonate with you, if they help you name something that has been silent inside you, know that you are not alone. This is a shared journey, one of discovery and quiet revelation. Join us by subscribing, and together we will explore these depths, finding light where once there was only shadow. We are walking this path together. In the dim light of the room, the unopened letter sits quietly on the table, a silent testament to choices unmade and words unspoken. It carries the weight of possibilities, a bridge between what was and what might be. The envelope, untouched and pristine, symbolizes the pause, the moment suspended in time. Its presence is a reminder that change, though daunting, begins with the courage to confront what is yet unknown. Nearby, the piano, covered with a thin layer of dust, stands as a monument to forgotten dreams and melodies unsung. Its keys, though silent, hold the promise of harmony, waiting for the gentle touch of fingers that once danced across them with joy and abandon. The piano is more than an instrument. It is a vessel for expression, a channel for emotions locked away, yearning to be set free. It waits, patient and hopeful, for the day it might sing again. In this sacred pause, there is a choice to be made. The heart knows it cannot remain in the cocoon of despair forever. A subtle shift in the air whispers of change, urging the soul to awaken to its own potential. This is the hallway between loss and transformation, where each footstep echoes with the possibility of renewal. In the stillness, a figure stands, poised between action and retreat. The instinct to run, to flee from the pain and uncertainty, battles with the desire to stay, to face the challenges with newfound resilience. It is here, in this moment of decision, that strength is forged. The choice to remain, to confront the shadows, and embrace the light is both terrifying and exhilarating. The room holds its breath as time stretches, elongated by the gravity of the choice at hand. The unopened letter, the untouched piano, and the solitary figure are bound together in this moment of stillness. Each is a reflection of the other, a symbol of the journey from despair to transformation. The air is thick with anticipation, as if the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for the first note to be played, the first word to be read, the first step to be taken. In this sacred pause, the past and future converge, creating a space where healing begins. It is an acknowledgement that while the path ahead is uncertain, it is also ripe with opportunity. The journey is not without its challenges, but it is one that promises growth, understanding, and a deeper connection to the self. In the quiet, a decision is made. It is not loud or dramatic, but a gentle resolve that emerges from the depths of the soul. The letter remains unopened for now, the piano untouched, but the heart has shifted. The transformation has begun, not with a grand gesture, but with the stillness of a moment where the world pauses, holding its breath, waiting for what comes next. There is a fear that softens, a silence that steadies. In the heart of turmoil, where chaos once reigned, there is a whisper of clarity that gently breaks through. It's not the loud epiphanies or the grand declarations that mark the beginning of true transformation. It's the subtle shift, the quiet acceptance of what is, that heralds a new way of being. What if your quietness was strength all along? What if the silence that engulfed you was not a void, but a space for reflection and renewal? In the stillness, you find that your presence doesn't need to scream to be powerful. There's dignity in the pause, in the breath drawn deeply, in the moment where you no longer apologize for simply being. And what if your pain wasn't weakness, but a signal? A compass pointing you toward your deepest needs, your unspoken truths. It's easy to see suffering as something to escape from, something to fix. But what if instead you leaned into it, embraced it, not as a burden, but as a teacher? In facing your pain, you might discover the resilience that's been quietly building within you, like a river, carving its way through stone. This is where the inner shift begins, not with knowledge, but with felt truth. It's the moment you stop running, stop hiding, and start breathing. Breathing through grief, through fear, and finding that each breath brings you closer to yourself, closer to the person who no longer needs to shrink to fit into the expectations of others, but who stands tall in their own authenticity. In this space, vulnerability becomes your ally, not your enemy. It shows you the raw, unfiltered beauty of being human, of being alive. It's in vulnerability that you find connection, first with yourself and then with the world around you. The walls you once built to protect yourself begin to crumble, revealing the strength in openness, the courage in being seen. It's a journey marked by small, unassuming steps, a journey of choosing to show up, not perfectly, but wholly. And with each step, there's a growing awareness that the life you desire isn't found in distant tomorrows, but in the choices you make. Today, in the decision to embrace all facets of your existence, the light and the shadow. So, what if this moment, right here, right now, was the beginning of your awakening? What if this was the time to honor your path, to acknowledge the quiet strength that has always been within you? If this touched something quiet inside you, I'd be honored to hear what it stirred. Leave a comment if you feel like sharing. We're all walking through something. Together, we can find strength in our shared humanity. Imagine walking through the halls of an old, silent house. Each echo a memory, a whisper of what once was. The floors creak underfoot, but not with the weight of the past, rather with the gentle presence of now. In a corner, a light is left on, casting a soft glow over a room filled with the dust of forgotten days. Somewhere a worn photograph lies, edges curled from time, yet untouched by regret. It tells no stories of what should have been, only what was and what is. Here, in this space of quiet companionship, there are no answers, no grand revelations, just the presence of being, of existing beside another who knows the language of silence. This is a silence that no longer hurts, that no longer demands to be filled with noise. It is a silence that holds you like a gentle embrace, a reminder that you are seen just as you are. You sit on a time-worn chair, the fabric faded yet familiar. In this stillness, there is an acceptance that washes over you like a soft rain, cleansing but not demanding. The light filters through an old window, painting patterns on the floor, a tapestry of shadows and illumination. It speaks to the parts of you that have walked through fire, the parts that have emerged, not unscathed but transformed. The air is filled with the scent of old books, of stories untold and dreams yet to be realized. You breathe it in, an exhale of relief, a release of all that has weighed you down. In this moment, you are both the observer and the observed, the seeker and the found. Here you discover that the journey was never about arriving, but about becoming, about being present in the unfolding. As you sit, you begin to understand that the true essence of healing is not in the erasure of scars, but in the acknowledgement of their beauty. Each line, each mark, a testament to survival, to resilience. You realize that you are not alone in this sacred stillness. Beside you, others have come to rest, to breathe, to simply be. In this shared silence, You find a kinship that does not require words, a connection that transcends the noise of the world. It is a reminder that you are part of something greater, a tapestry of souls woven together by the threads of shared experience and quiet understanding. If this reached something quiet inside you, if you felt the presence of that sacred stillness, you can like the video, so someone else might feel less alone, too. There are moments in life when the world seems to pause and we find ourselves standing at the edge of something vast and unknowable. In these moments, we are called to listen to the whispers of our inner world, to the quiet voices that often go unheard amidst the noise. This is where true transformation begins, in the silence that speaks volumes, in the stillness that reveals our deepest truths. As we walk through the fire of our experiences, we learn that every scar and every wound is a testament to our journey, a map of where we've been and what we've survived. It's in acknowledging these marks on our soul that we discover a profound beauty, a beauty that defies conventional understanding, a beauty that comes from embracing our vulnerability and our imperfect selves. In the shadow of our fears and doubts, there lies a quiet strength, an unyielding resilience that carries us forward. This strength is not loud or aggressive. It is gentle, patient, and enduring. It is the strength found in acceptance, in the courage to be authentically and unapologetically ourselves. It is the strength of those who have walked through the darkest nights and emerged with a deeper understanding of what it means to truly live. We stand beside one another, not as guides or saviors, but as fellow travelers, sharing the sacred space of our collective humanity. Our stories and struggles intertwine, creating a tapestry rich with empathy and compassion. It is in this shared silence that we find connection, a bond that transcends words and reaches into the very essence of our being. If this reached something quiet inside you, you can like the video, so someone else might feel less alone too. In the end, as we close our eyes and breathe in the stillness, we may find that the silence was never empty after all. Thank you for watching. Be part of our community by subscribing to the channel. See you in the next video.